Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you 6 selections for tomorrow's horse racing action. And we're going to be starting with my nap tomorrow, which runs in the 150 at Ascot. It's the Group 3 Princess Margaret Stakes for fillies, and I'm going to take a chance here with my nap with Cuban Mistress for Ross Coakley and Rob Millman. Currently available at 28 to 1. I thought that was a really big price about this horse. Going to recommend a 1 point each way here. Now she is the outsider of the field, and I just couldn't understand why, because her latest effort at Sandown was worked out really well. Arguably, that was a career best effort, and she really caught the eye that day. The winner of the race was Rocket Rodney, who was unlucky, arguably, not to win the Windsor Castle Stakes at Royal Ascot. I think that was one of the strongest juvenile races we've seen so far this season. And also, as well, in that race, you had Eddie's Boy, who finished third, and he went on to win the Super Sprint Stakes at Newbury last week. So the form couldn't have worked out any better. What was interesting last time as well, she was held up for a late run, and the last 3 furlongs she ran the quickest of any horse, and she was doing all her best work late on, suggesting that the step up to 6 furlongs should suit. She's already shown a good level of ability. She won a big price on her second start at Sandown. She then bumped into Lazoo at Bath. She's been knocking on the door. She's finished second on the last few occasions, but I just thought the step up and trip tomorrow could suit, and her experience might be able to count. I know Lazoo is the favourite and has probably got the form claims and did beat her, but I just thought that Cuban Mistress, if they go back to hold-up tactics tomorrow, it could really suit her, and I think the track at Ascot will play into her hands as well. And at 28 to 1, I couldn't be letting her go there. I think she's got some good form in the bag, and I think she'll find this a little bit easier competing against her own sex. So that's why she's going to be my nap of the day in the 150 at Ascot. We then go to the 240 at York for the next selection. An extra tip here. Going to go with Nationwide, currently available at 8 to 1. You can get extra places with some bookmakers. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection here. Now, this horse Nationwide is trained by Daniel Muscat and I should say, it will be ridden by Daniel Muscat tomorrow and is trained by John Butler. Now, this horse, last time we saw him, finished third at Haydock, where he ran a good race behind Silver Samurai, who reopposes here. Our selection is actually going to be £4 better off now, and I think that might play to his strengths. I think the track at York will as well. He's drawn in still 5 tomorrow, and I know he's a horse that the Butlers have always held in quite high regard. He was previously trained by Sir Michael Stout, and John Butler actually tried to buy him before he went to Sir Michael Stout, and he got his hands on him finally, and he won on debut for him at 50 to 1. I actually got a good word for him that day, and he's subsequently gone on to improve with each run. Also, what's interesting about him here as well in this race is that John Butler has been having arguably his best ever season. He's got 35 winners on the board to date, which is his best ever season, and Daniel Muscat has been riding the majority of them. He's ridden 10 winners, operating at a 30% strike rate. So when he books Muscat, he normally means business, and I think Nationwide has got a really good chance in that race at York tomorrow, and that's why he's going to be my selection there. We then go to my long shot of the day, which runs in the International Stakes, the 3 o'clock at Ascot. I thought Top Secret here was a big price for Hayley Turner. She's riding for William Muir and Chris Grassick here. Currently available at 33 to 1 with SkyBet, who are offering 7 places on this race. Now, this horse, arguably, you've got to forgive his last 2 runs. He just didn't get into it at Salisbury, but he was over a mile there. He was ridden out the back. Just never got into the race. Nothing was coming from off the pace, so you can put a line through that one. Epsom, I just don't think he handled the track. But if you go back to his form at Newbury at the start of the season, if he's anywhere in that kind of groove, I think he's a major player in this race. He's got a good record over the course and distance at Ascot as well. He won twice there last season. He was very progressive. And I just think he could be coming back to himself now with the yard being in better form. They've not been in good form for the majority of the season, but in the last couple of weeks, they have been amongst the winners. And I think Hayley Turner is a really shrewd jockey book, and she's got a good record at the track. In fact, it's her only ride of the day tomorrow. So she's a jockey that normally, if she turns up, she means business. And yeah, I think she's got a cracking chance in that race tomorrow. And I think this horse might be able to outrun its odds. So at 33 to 1, 7 places, this horse is going to be my long shot of the day. We then stay at Ascot for the 4:45, where we go the next best on the card. I'm going to go Saga here for Benoit de la Siette, claiming 5, riding for John and Fady Gosden in the colours for Majesty the Queen. Now, this horse arguably was a little unlucky last time when he finished second in the Britannia Stakes. He was running on really strongly, but the form has already started to work out quite well, because the third place horse in that race was a horse of Rafe Beckett's called Jimi Hendrix, who could be a nice prospect moving forward this season. He went on to win on his next start at Newmarket, and I think there was quite a few other good horses in there, and Saga was a little bit unlucky. That was the day that Frankie Dettori had an absolute meltdown. But I think in this race tomorrow, with the weight for AJ Lance and the £5 of Benoit Dallas-Sier, it could just make all the difference. He's previously won at Ascot before. Lots of ticks in his boxes tomorrow, and that's why he is going to be my next best of the day at 2-1. I think he's a really good bet there. So yeah, going to be my next best. We then go to York for the last race there for the 5:35. I thought Bon Power here for Paul Mulrennan and Brian Smart could be a good play at 7-1. 4 places, SkyBet. I'm going to recommend a 0.5 each way selection. Now, this horse, Bon Power, is an interesting horse. Last time we saw him, he finished 4th at Haydock, where I just think things went a little bit against him that day. He didn't get the clearest of runs. He was switched around a little bit, and he was on a little bit of an easier going, and I just think that went against him. I think returning to York, where he's got some good form in the past on a quicker surface, will help him too. Paul Mulrennan is a really good jockey booking. He's down a few pounds. It's an easier race on paper. I think there's lots to like about him tomorrow. And yeah, he's going to be my selection in the 5:35 at York. We then go to an extra tip at Salisbury. I'm going to go here with a horse called Easy Equation for Georgia Dobie, claiming free. She's riding for Stan Moore here. Now, this horse, I think, just wants an extreme test of stamina. And I think his last couple of runs have actually been pretty encouraging. And I think he is going to pick up a race soon. And I think it could be tomorrow. He's currently available at 11-2, previously trained in France. He was a bit of a slow burner over there, but coming over to Stanmore's, he's fallen down handicap to a mark of 51. But his last, like I say, couple of runs have been more encouraging, especially last time when he was just outpaced and he started to rally again. I think he'll relish this extra furlong. I think the track at Salisbury played to his hand, and I think the conditions as well will be right up his street. So that's why he is going to be my last selection of the day. So if you're enjoying these videos, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe here to the YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. Also as well, I just want to quickly apologise. We've not been on a good run of late. Probably the worst run we've been on for quite a long time, to be honest with you. We started off the year pretty good, but the last month or 6 weeks have been really disappointing. But hopefully we can get some good results tomorrow and get back amongst the winners. And also as well, if you want to follow me on the socials, Twitter and Insta are the places to do so, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners for you tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you again soon.